You're listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. Hi, I'm Francine.
And I'm Carrie.
We're two best friends who can't stop talking, usually about Disney stuff.
Sometimes we have fascinating guests, and sometimes it's just us. But it's always positive and fun.
We're happy to have you join our chat. Thanks for listening, and let's get started. Hi, Carrie.
Hello, Fran.
How are you?
I'm okay. I think we all feel like we just fell back when we fell out of our chair back an hour.
I know.
I know you don't like to say when things are being recorded, but
but today was the day.
today's the day that the time falls back. And I don't know. I keep getting messages from everybody saying, "Oh, I'm so tired," but I think I slept in.
I know.
So I'm kind of excited. I feel actually better than other mornings because I slept in an extra hour. Because when I look, and so did the cats. So great, great day for me
too?
So far.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
They did. I know. So it was a good.
How did that happen?
I don't know. Oh, there's been some a few more pet stories around here, but we'll save them for after the podcast.
Oh
but
no!
Yes, they're all still kicking.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Never a dull moment. So yes, we had an extra hour. I even slept in, and the cats didn't wake me up. So it was
that's amazing.
Maybe it's Cat and Mother's Day, and I didn't know. Maybe that's what it is.
Mm. And they're treating you extra special today. They had a cat meeting and said, "Let's take care of Carrie today. She puts up with so much for us."
Yeah. She started feeding us wet food again, so we have to appreciate her.
Oh, you did?
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. After Mittens was gone, I started to feed them a little bit more wet food.
Oh, nice.
Don't know why I didn't do it when Mittens was around. I only did it sometimes, but now I'm trying to
You're trying to introduce it.
For them.
Oh, nice.
Just spoil the little buggers and buy some nice premium. It's all those TikToks where the ladies are breaking up little dried sardines and things, and I was feeling guilty. I'm like, maybe I need to up their wet food game. Buy them some premium food.
They need some premium dietary.
Well, and the reason Mittens would have been everything.
Right.
She was a definition of a chunky cat. So
right.
Now that these two are not too really if they don't care about food too much, then it's a little bit easier to kind of put some to change it for them because they're not like cats that are obsessed about eating.
Aww.
These cats have moderation. It's very rare.
They can self-moderate.
They do. They don't. Yeah. They're not like the cats some cats like Mittens would eat everything in sight.
If you put it down, Mittens would eat.
Yeah. So now without Mittens, then I can try to give these guys a little bit more regular. And they buy the fancy stuff. It's expensive. So for one cat to eat it and the other two to be like, huh? Where'd it go? Anyways. So maybe it's Cat Mom Appreciation Day and they did me a favor.
Yeah, maybe it's something in the cat world you just don't know about.
Anyways, there you go.
There you go.
I answered.
Yeah. So we got an extra hour today. It always messes me up. I feel more tired today than I do most days. But I think I don't know. My body just, I don't know. I don't like the time where I know it's going to be dark in the morning and dark at night. I know when I go to the office this week, I'm going to be driving home in the dark. Which that just messes me up. But it's okay. It happens every year. It's not like we didn't know it was coming.
I know.
So
surprised.
It is what it is. And you and I, it's been a little crazy lately for both of us. And we actually debated not having a podcast this week, but we have so many travel plans coming up and things going on that we wanted to make sure that we got an episode together to talk about what's coming up for us and to talk about some of the stuff that happened since because our last one was the game. Did you listen to it, by the way?
No.
Carrie, you have to listen. I was laughing so hard. It's funny. I'm on it. I edited it. but there's something different. Like I almost forget about it. And then when it came out on Wednesday, it automatically started playing in my car when I got in to drive home. And oh my goodness, I was laughing. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
A bunch
It
of
just makes us,
bozos.
yeah. It just makes me laugh. It just makes me laugh. But a couple of things came out in the last little bit that we haven't had a chance to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of thought we should.
Probably.
Probably. So,
Probably.
probably. So we kind of got to give our spin on this new Premier Pass. In the
Mm-hmm.
in the Disney communities, it's caused quite a stir. Some love, some not so much. What are your thoughts? Because you and I haven't talked about this, so I'm kind of interested to see what you think.
I hadn't really thought about it too much because I was busy. Um, but I have watched like I think I don't know, like I watched Walt Disney World News today. I watched Tom
Right.
Corliss talk through it. They did it for the day. Um, and their goal at Magic Kingdom was to use all of the like to
To
use it
do
to its full
everyone.
extent.
Yeah.
So so it was interesting seeing somebody use it and it work. Um,
Did it work?
I
So
think
they
it,
got to do
oh
everything?
yeah, they
Yeah.
did. It wasn't a very busy day either. So what they were doing was keeping track of how long the wait times were and how much time they saved. So like there
Right.
were some that they didn't even count as a wait time because like Mickey Spill Her Magic or whatever didn't have a line or
Yeah.
whatever. So they actually kept track of how like what their wait time was versus what the posted wait time was when they entered. And of course some had like some had really long wait times, so then that added a whole bunch of time to their ticker
Right.
for getting the value out of it or whatever. But it was interesting, like their feedback was that it allowed them to have a very chill day. Like they knew that
Yeah.
they were going to get on everything. They could go on anything whenever they wanted. So if they wanted to go on the rides at nighttime that are better in the nighttime, like they want to go on Tron or Tiana's or whatever and at late at night, then they knew that they could just walk on those rides anytime later. Well, go
Anytime
in
they
the Lightning
wanted.
Lane line
Yeah.
anytime they wanted later in the day. So I thought that's kind of interesting. And I like the way that they looked at it, like, you know, trying like not really they were just trying to see like what if they felt they got they value out of it or whatever. And it was interesting. So yeah, I didn't really think about it until then because I've been busy and I was like, oh, I'll read all about it later. But I don't know. Like it seems I guess if you can find the value in it, then it's not just that you're getting everything done. I think it's more that you're like what they said or how they did it was that you really can just enjoy your day. Like you can go for meals and sit and wait and enjoy yourselves and not worry about what's next because you know you have access to everything. So really having an
Right.
enjoyable day without like you don't even need to go on the app to look at wait times or anything, right? Like you just
That's,
you
yeah.
go to the lightning lane. And that's another thing that they said too, like you don't have to be in the app all day, like checking things or trying to figure where to go next based on the wait times or not, because you only have lightning lanes for certain things. Like you just mosey on whenever it's right for you. And I was like, oh, I could like, it kind of made you think that you
Right.
could see the value in it if you wanted to, if you could afford it and saw the value in it. Like they paid like I think 300 and something dollars for them to do it. I don't know if it was per person or that was a total for both of them. It wasn't a very busy Magic Kingdom day. It was the
Right.
first day 325 each though. I think they did it on the
Yeah, I
first day.
think so.
Maybe
Yeah.
they paid 325 each or something like that. But that's kind of
Wow.
crazy really.
Yeah, like that's essentially it's basically the Premier Pass for anyone that doesn't know is this is like the heightened lightning lane where you pay a flat rate depending on the day of the week, the time of the year, whatever. So it's going to
Park.
fluctuate based on park, all of that. It could be $300 a day per person. You don't know until you go to book it for that day how much it's going to be. But it's only available right now to deluxe resort guests.
Mm-hmm.
So not everyone can book it or buy it. Yeah, and they did say it was a pilot.
Yeah.
So they're just testing it, I guess, to see, like, it's going to take them a while to figure out if it's really working for guests or not, because in the beginning it's going to be all the media and influencers, blah blah blah, doing it to try it out and report on it. But then after that all kind of dies down, then when regular folks are going to see who's buying it.
Well, I think again, and I guess it's pretty bad that I'm just like, my opinion is kind of my chit chats because of what I watched on YouTube. But like what they mentioned was like, it's like there definitely is a market. It's like the people that, it's people do VIP tours, right? So it's kind of an in between.
Yeah, and I did see, like, when it came out, it was so polarizing online about people saying, "Oh my gosh, this is Disney nickel and diming. They just want more money, blah blah blah." And then other people who were like, I would totally pay for this." So, I mean, you have both ends of the spectrum, and I think you're right. I think it is like the people who would normally pay for a VIP or who have considered paying for a VIP, but don't want the person with them. They just want to, they're literally getting the VIP so that they can walk onto the rides. But this isn't a walk on, this is Lightning Lane. So you're getting in line with Lightning Lane people. So it's a shorter line. It's not no line. When you're a VIP, you're walking in back doors. Like that's right.
Yeah,
like you're walking. Yeah. Like there are some attractions where you're walking in the back door and you're not in Lightning Lane lines. So this is sort of a happy medium between those two based on, but the difference is if you're paying for like the regular Lightning Lanes, you're booking and reserving. You're on your phone all day. You're checking, like, we just did this one. Now what's the wait time, or when can I get my Lightning Lane for this? This one, you don't have any time. But only one time per attraction.
Yeah. And then and you can do every single attraction once. And the one thing again that they said on the video was, which makes sense as well, is like there's about not justifying the price, but like trying to qualify who the heck would do this. Like, we pay $199 to go to a Halloween party, and we pay people pay for after hours tickets and pay for all kinds of dessert parties and that are far from, like, that are experiences that are an hour and a half, or that are that are 4 hours or whatever. Like, so, I think
it's really one of those things. It just depends. Like, people can criticize, but it depends what's important to you. Like, you and I have at some point both said, I don't know, the parties, I'm in, I'm out. I'm not fussed if I don't go to some of the parties because we've been there, done that, and it's a lot of money. However, if you were taking a first timer to the Magic Kingdom and you were very limited on time, maybe this is something you would say, I think today we should splurge on this. Like, it gives you just options and you don't have to buy it.
Yeah. And it'll be interesting, like how like if it sticks around, which I'm sure it probably will, or
I think it will.
It'll change
just
into
tweak
something
it.
else.
Yeah.
Like how limited it will be, like, because they can't have everybody, like, it's a lot of money, but you'd probably be surprised how many people probably would buy it.
Yeah.
Like how limited it will be for people to buy. Like, that's where it'll be successful, I guess, too, that it is truly a limited experience, and it's not just all of the regular Lightning Laners plus these guys, like loads of these guys. Like it'll.
And a lot of people were comparing it to the Universal one, and they're like, this is crazy or whatever. But people pay the same over at Universal. It's not like, if you check that pricing, depending on the time of the year in the park and blah blah blah, it can be comparable to the price that Disney is charging right now. So
their access is a little bit different, though. Their access is more like a VIP access, but also depending on, I guess it depends on what you want to do when you're there too, right? Like, you have to be one of the, like, you want to go on the rides over and over and over and over again, or you really want to try to do everything there, right? Like,
Disney cannot include it. Like
Yeah.
people were saying, well, Universal includes it in their, yeah, but let's compare how many resorts and how
Yeah,
many rooms
exactly.
and how many people. If Disney included it in every deluxe resort room, uh, like the Lightning Lane lines would be worse than the standby.
They'd have to just get rid of multipass and just make it so that only deluxe resort get them. That's like they'd have to get rid of the original Lightning Lane, and no one
Yeah,
would get it
nobody would get it unless you were deluxe. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I think it'd be
So
neat, like if they gave you something, like maybe they gave you something else with it, like priority, like you know parade viewing or something. That would be nice.
yeah,
Give
that
you a
would
little
be nice.
something, like
Yeah,
added a little perk like that.
yeah.
That would be
Yeah,
good.
that would be fun. But yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how this plays out. I think they said it was a pilot, so I think it'll stick around for sure. Some variation of it will stick around. I think they just have to figure out how well it works, value, time. Should they throw more in, less in? Like what should they do with it to make sure that it's a value and that they're hitting the right and it's tailored for the audience it was intended for.
Like maybe there will be a Premier Pass Unlimited.
Yeah, there might
Mhm.
be. Can you imagine? And you know what? I could see me doing it once and like if you were taking someone who was really attraction focused, you only had so much time and you wanted to do it like one day and just but again, I'm not paying for a family of 5.
Mhm.
That's,
For sure.
but if you can, why wouldn't you? We
For
pay for
sure.
convenience everywhere. Like we all pay extra for convenience. It's kind of like when you pay for the upgrade on the plane or you pay like we all value things differently. I won't pay for premium garbage bags, but I will absolutely upgrade my seat on a plane if I can. So, yeah, it just depends what you value, I guess.
Yeah, totally.
These are probably the people that pay for premium gas in their car too. Do you ever do that? I was just thinking about that. It always has the 3 buttons. And my dad years ago used to say to me, you should give your car the good stuff. I I've never, ever. I always just regular.
Me too. I think some cars you're supposed to, but I think just the regular cars are
It's just
regular.
regular. Just regular.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see
Hmm.
what happens with that. But yeah. I'm excited about that. And of course, it happened. Their announcement about this came at the same. It's weird how these things, these two kind of one up each other or whatever. Universal announced their opening date for Epic Universe, like right around. Kind of genius, I guess. Here's our look. We're going to give you all this extra stuff in a new park after Disney's giving you all this other stuff for an extra charge.
Hmm.
That's like marketing genius, I think. If they weren't planning the date before, like it landed perfectly. I think, which is kind of funny. And so Epic Universe, when does it? Oh my gosh, I just had it up on my screen.
Is it May 22nd or something
May
like that?
22nd, 2025. Wow. So it was
Finally.
nice. Yeah, finally. And nice that it's earlier in the year. I was kind of half anticipating like the back half of the year. But no, it's going to be before the summer, which is kind of epic.
Hmm. It is good. Yeah, I thought it was going to be smack dab in the middle of the summer.
Yeah, me too.
But
Me too. I am like totally excited for the Nintendo stuff. Like that, I know everybody's like Harry Potter and like the villains or the dark universe or whatever. And I just like Super Mario. I'm so excited about that.
I like the idea of the dark universe. I think that's pretty exciting. I'm not really tied to in Harry Potter, obviously, but other than that, I'm not really familiar with the other IPs that are going in there. But I think what I like about it most is that it seems to me that it's going to be a park that's got like more, it's a little bit more family friendly, like
Hmm.
with little, like it looks like there's more family, like it's, or maybe not that there's more, but it seems pretty well rounded, that it's
Yes.
got stuff for the littles and the family, like family coasters and the big stuff and whatever. Like it seems like it's pretty well rounded and maybe more so than the other parks. Like that's kind of what I thought when I've looked at all the different lands. So
Yeah.
I like that
Yeah.
about it.
Me too. Me too. I think it's going to be very interesting, and I can't wait to kind of get in there and just explore. And the merch, like, oh, like,
Merch will be
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just so excited about the Super Mario stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. And the Donkey Kong, there's going to be a Donkey Kong ride.
Yeah,
Cool.
come on. It's just, yeah,
Yeah, I
that
like the
just,
Super Mario stuff too, but I like, yeah, we grew up with the original Super Mario, so like I feel sort of like that I'm not with the new Super Mario stuff, so I feel a little out of touch. Like, but in like the people when you say like you're like the OG Super Mario, like the new kids don't really get it anyway, so it's like you're just like an
right.
old lady at that point. So
We're just showing our age everywhere, Carrie.
yeah.
I
No,
know.
like for the whatever Princess Peach and all that stuff. No, we just knew Mario. We didn't even really know Luigi, for goodness sakes. We
Well,
just
it
knew
took a
Mario
while
back in the
before
old days.
Luigi came out. Like it was a long time before Luigi entered the scene, and then he was pretty popular when you were playing two people games. And
Hmm.
then Yoshi and Bowser and oh my gosh. Yeah. And then when Yoshi could fly, oh,
Yeah, I was long away from playing video games at any of that point. So
oh, I was still in it. I was
no
still
wonder you're excited.
I am. I'm very excited. Oh,
You're gonna be
so
walking around with like the Luigi hat on with like the
oh
mustache.
my gosh. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Yes.
Maybe we should get Mario and Luigi hats.
We should. And their little mustaches. Even I should do that. I love it.
We can walk.
I love
We
it.
don't wear mouse ears, but we'll wear Luigi and Mario hats.
Oh my goodness. So yeah,
That'd be
those
fun.
were the two big things that kind of came up that we wanted to make sure we talked about. And we're just a little bit busy right now with all the stuff going on, and we both have trips coming up. Not
Yeah.
long, not far off. When we start looking at the schedule for the podcast, and then we're like, "Oh, how are we fitting this in?" Because I'm going away in November, you're going away in December.
Hmm.
But you're going, let's be clear, you're going away at the beginning of December. You have not changed your mind about later in December, right? For Ralph.
I mean, no, I'm still thinking about that.
Are you? Do
Yeah.
you know how many people have emailed me about that to say, like, are you going?
Yeah, I know I need to figure it out. I was looking at flights. It's kind of the thing where like I need to decide like sooner than later, else the flights will probably be $1 billion. So,
Yeah,
but I'm sure Ralph will be at the candlelight processional next year. Like,
I'm
what's the chance
sure.
of him only doing it once? But
Exactly.
well,
He'll be invited back and he'll still look the same because that man never ages.
so yeah, I have to decide if I'm gonna go to go. I'm gonna be at Universal, come home, and then like a week later fly back for a couple of days.
Right, right. So you're at Universal the first week of December.
December, and you're at WDW.
I'm at WDW.
You've done your
In
Universal
two,
stints for this year.
I did my Universal stint. I've been to Universal a couple of times this year,
I
which
know.
you know what? And it's funny because I was looking at some pictures and I thought, you know, one of the things that I'm really beginning to have an appreciation for at Universal is the food.
Mm.
Like I've eaten some really good meals at Universal. And I kind of enjoy the more, it just feels a little more laid back to me in that maybe because I don't do as many of the rides because, but it just, not that I do a ton at Disney either, but it just feels a little more strolly. Like I'm happy strolling in the Universal parks, which is kind of fun. But yes, no, I've done my Universal stint this year. I'm doing Walt Disney World with my sister and our friends in a couple of weeks. And these are friends who have not been since before COVID. Like it's been a long time since they've been there. And yeah, like they're not, I don't want to say they're not Disney people because they've been with us so many times, but it's a very different vacation because they're our age. Well, they're actually, I guess, my sister's age. But they're more foodies and food and drink and relaxation than attraction people. Like they're the ones we convinced them to go on a Disney cruise with us. And they were like, well, whatever, and loved it. Like they've done 2 with us. So, so it's more about the service, the food, the drinks, like that kind of stuff. And food and wine is still on when we're there. So, that's
Sounds
the
like a
last
great
week.
trip.
Yeah, yeah. So we're doing a few days at Bay Lake, and then we move over to the beach club. So my sister loves to do that, where you start out at Bay Lake, where we do Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, and Disney Springs, and then we move over and do Hollywood and Epcot.
Not a bad plan, really.
Yeah, not a
But
bad
you gotta
plan.
move.
Well, they're driving down. You know me, like until I'm retired, I'm not driving anywhere because it eats up vacation days that I don't want to spend. So they're driving down and then I fly down to meet them. I'm on the really late flight on Saturday just because it was the cheapest, like fly down at like 11 o'clock on Saturday night. And then I fly home the following Sunday morning on the 6:30, whatever, which is fine. But yeah, that's like, and then it messes up my whole weekends and yeah. So you know how that goes.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
And it's the holiday time and lots to do.
Yeah. It was a few, like, if you look, it's only a couple days past Halloween and they've already got the Christmas is in full gear. It'll be
I'll be all done by the time
everywhere
I
in
get
about a
there.
week. And then it'll be old news by the time you get there. People are like, yada yada Christmas trees, yada yada gingerbread.
Exactly.
Right. That's pretty cool. It would be so neat to be able to be in the Magic Kingdom on the morning of November 1st.
Yeah. Yeah, that would
See
be fun.
how they do it. See them take it, like how they're like. I know they've shown it on different things a little bit, like how they change the seasons. I think they have a Disney Plus, but it'd be neat to actually be there and just to see there, like sit on there and grab a big bucket of popcorn and just watch what's happening all around you.
Yeah.
I'd like that as a tour.
Me too.
I'd pay for that.
Me too. Yeah, that would be a fun time to be there. I also keep going back in my brain to I kind of want to at some point try being there for New Year's.
In
Epcot. I don't think I could handle the crowd at Magic Kingdom, but Epcot. For some reason, I just feel like Epcot, I'd at least have a little bit more room. But just to experience it and see it, I think one day I'll try it. One day.
You could always, but you need to be at the beach club or boardwalk.
Yeah. No, I could not do, or else you just have to sit down and wait 4 hours for the park to clear. And then you could just come back in the morning. You get to see them
starting to take down the decorations.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the plan. So we've got some trips coming up. We'll have trip reports. We'll have all sorts of stuff going on there. And hopefully we're going to have a guest on soon as well. I got to reach out to her and see when she comes home if she's willing to come talk to us. So I'm not going to give any more details on that until I confirm it. But it's coming. So cool. Okay, Carrie, it's that time.
Yeah, it is.
Have you got pixie dust?
I probably
what brought you joy this week?
I probably have quite a bit of pixie dust.
Do you? Well, share it all. It's good.
Like Ralph Macchio is like pixie dust. Like
I know.
Imagine like hearing that Ralph Macchio is going to be a candlelight processional. That made me happy for like 3 days.
I know that was like pretty big stuff. That was pretty big stuff. But I think you're right. He it's not like he's only going to do 1 year. Like if you can't make it, I know you got stuff going on. So if you can't make it, it's okay. You could get him next year, and we can also go find him somewhere when he's at a Comic-Con too.
I know we need to research that. We keep forgetting. But this past week, I think, or maybe it was when I was away, it was not that long ago, like a couple weeks. They announced the next puzzle competition, so that's pretty exciting.
Oh, exciting!
So I've been, so Glenda and I have that in the books. It's the first weekend of May. If anybody's in Ontario, or Canada, that wants to come to Ontario for a puzzle competition. And I think they didn't give us agenda, but it's like 3 days now.
Oh my gosh, this thing's growing.
3 days. So we were speculating that maybe maybe the first day, like they would do something in the evening like the Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday have the competitions too. Like it was a lot of puzzle competitions, like puzzling. Like if you made any of the finals, like by the last puzzle on Sunday, like I was ready to throw in the towel. Like I looked at Glenn and I was like, maybe we should just skip this one and go home.
Aw.
She's like, we've come too far. So if it's spread out a little bit more, or maybe it's just to have more puzzlers because there's just so many people. That's probably it. I'm sure they're not spreading it. And then I'm sure they're not spacing it out. They probably have so much interest that they could just have more and more puzzlers. So that's exciting. So we're trying to figure out, we got to book our hotel and we're going to take off, like Glenn is going to take, I think, a day off of work.
Nice.
Do that last time. So we can, you never have the full experience. Maybe they'll have other things to do there.
That's exciting.
It's going to be like a week-long competition eventually, I could see.
Yeah.
But so that's pretty exciting. So I've been puzzling a little bit more. I got to get back into
You got to get back in the groove. Yeah.
I got to get back into training. And then I got to keep practicing. And so I'm pretty excited about that.
Nice.
Which I knew it was going to come, but it's just, I guess, knowing that we have a date.
Once it's official. Yeah. You can start planning for it.
Yeah. I have 100 puzzles to do, at least at home my house.
Yeah.
Like,
so you kind of got to get cracking.
My sister and I did a yard sale like a couple months ago, and I got rid of 30 of them, 30 puzzles, and I still have 100 because I collect a lot of vintage puzzles, like loads and loads of vintage puzzles. I have 2 piles that are almost as tall as me of like vintage puzzles that I can't resist. Like if you're at the thrift store and it's like $1.99 for a 1985 Springbok puzzle, I'm buying it. Right. Even if the picture's not, most of the pictures from like the old puzzles aren't very nice anyways. Right. I can't resist. I buy them anyways. So I've got lots of puzzles to get me get done. Me ready for the competition. I gotta try to get my speed up. But anyways, so yeah, that's my pixie dust. What's your pixie dust?
My pixie dust, I think, this week we had our Halloween potluck at work.
Ooh, that's fun.
So not usually, because like I don't cook anything, but the way they did it this time, the execs paid for just pizza, and then you could bring in something if you wanted. You didn't have to. So I brought in like cookies or whatever. But it was nice to go in, and because they were doing the potluck that day, everyone came in. So I got to see people that I haven't seen in a long time, and I don't necessarily get to work with as much anymore. So it was nice to chit chat and catch up, and just see people that I haven't seen in a while. It was fun. One of my friends he's a huge Star Wars nut. And as soon as I was like, I knew you'd be dressed like that. And he had his full lightsaber that he did at Galaxy's Edge and his robe. He was a complete Jedi. Someone dressed as Bowser. Up? Oh, yeah. Lots of costumes, which was fun. Someone actually, one of the winners of our costume contest was Bowser from Super Mario. But yeah, no, it was fun. It was just nice to see everybody and just take a couple hours out in the middle of the day. So that was worth the drive downtown. It was
that sounds like fun. It kind of sounds like the old days, like because I'm sure back before COVID, like there was always stuff going on Halloween.
Yeah. So it was nice because we all go in the office 3 days a week, but we have different offices we can go to. So this was everybody came downtown on the same day. So that was kind of nice.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So anybody with pizza lunch. Nothing's changed from when we were in grade 1.
Nope. Still same pizza lunch. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. Well, thank you, Carrie, for getting together with me today on this clock change day. They do say that accidents on the road on the Monday after the day the clocks change are the worst. Like people are like just little fender benders and stuff because it messes everybody up. So be careful where you're walking over the next day or two. But thank you for recording with me this morning. And we've got, we'll see everybody in a couple of weeks.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Bye. Thanks for listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
Make sure you're following us on your favorite podcast player so you'll get a new episode every week. And find us on social media too. We'd love to hear from you.
Till next time, remember, you are never too old to be young. Chase your dreams and design your own happily ever after.